Welcome to the Daily Decant, your 5-minute briefing on the world of wine. Each episode delivers practical insights to help you choose, order, and talk about wine with more confidence in everyday social settings. Let's get into today's Decant. Saturday, the practical episode. And this week's practical episode addresses something unique to the rosé category that doesn't quite apply to any other style of wine: the pretty bottle problem. Rosé has the most beautiful packaging of any wine category. Pale pink liquid in elegant frosted or clear glass bottles, often with sophisticated minimalist labels. It all looks wonderful, and a significant portion of those bottles contain wine that's entirely unremarkable. So this week's buying guide is about how to see past the aesthetics and find the bottles that are actually worth your money. The pretty bottle trap exists because the rosé category grew so quickly in the 2010s that marketing moved faster than quality. Consumers were buying based on how the bottle looked on Instagram versus what was in it. And producers, particularly large commercial operations in Provence, responded by investing heavily in packaging and less heavily in viticulture and winemaking. The result is a market where a $30 bottle with a gorgeous frosted bottle and a glamorous label can taste almost identical to a $12 bottle from a less photogenic producer. Knowing who actually made the wine and where is far more valuable than knowing what the bottle looks like. Next is the vintage question, and this one matters more than most rosé drinkers actually realize. Unlike most red wine, rosé is not designed for aging. The aromatics that make it delicious, fresh red berries, citrus, and floral notes fade quickly once the wine is bottled. Most dry rosés should be consumed within 1 to 2 years of the vintage date printed on the label. This sounds obvious, but it's systematically ignored at retail, where bottles from 2 or 3 years ago sit on shelves next to current releases that are priced identically. So always check the vintage. If you're buying in summer 2026 and the bottle says 2023, pass. Look for 2025 or at the very least 2024. The only exception is Tavel and Sirius Bandol, both of which we covered this week, and both of which genuinely improved with 3 to 8 years of age. Sweetness indicators on the label. Most serious dry rosé won't explicitly say dry on the label, but there are signs. The word sec or brut on a French label means dry. The absence of any sweetness descriptor is usually a good sign in a Provence or Rhone context. Look for terms like pressurized direct press, which indicates the dry style method we discussed on Tuesday. And be wary of anything that says semi-dry or off-dry, or the obvious red flag, sweet. At a restaurant, simply ask, is this dry? Any good server should know. Value picks across price tiers. Under $15, you're looking for an entry-level Provence from a large but reliable house, such as Miraval, Studio, Chateau Saint Marguerite, Symphony. Also look for domestic options at this tier, such as Pedroncelli Dry Rosé from Sonoma. This is one of the best $15 bottles in the country. $15 to $30 is the sweet spot. Chateau d'Aquaria, Tavel at around $20. This is one of the great values in French wine. Elk Cove Oregon Rosé at $22 to $25 is exceptional. And then entry-level Domaine Tempier Bandol Rosé is around $30, and this is the most serious rosé at the price point anywhere in France. Going up to $30 to $50, Domaine Haute Clos Mirier at around $45, a benchmark single estate Provence Rosé of real elegance, Cristom Oregon Rosé at around $35. One of the finest domestic rosés made. So moving into the sommelier script for rosé, say I'm looking for a dry rosé, direct press style, ideally from the most recent vintage available. I prefer something with real freshness and minerality over fruit forward or full-bodied. Provence or Oregon Pinot Noir rosé would both be great. What do you have that's genuinely exciting for the price? That's a long-winded question, but something that immediately communicates that you know the method matters, that you understand freshness is a function of vintage, and that you want specificity. You'll get a dramatically better recommendation than, what rosés do you have? Tomorrow, we'll go into the weekly recap, top 5 from the week, 3-sentence cheat sheet, and a preview of what's coming next. And a quick final thought on the category as a whole. Rosé is one of the few wine styles where you genuinely cannot judge quality by price alone. A $15 Pedroncelli from Sonoma will outdrink a $30 bottle in a pretty Provence package from a large commercial operation. The label, the bottle shape, the color of the liquid, none of these things tell you what's inside. The producer's name, the vintage, the method, and the appellation are the only signals that matter. Learn those 4 things and you'll never buy disappointing rosé again. Don't miss out on tomorrow. That's today's Daily Decant. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and share with your friends so you can continue building your wine knowledge in just a few minutes a day. See you tomorrow for the next decant.